200 miles an hour, tires screaming, rain hammering the visor. A voice cracks in your ear. Box now, box now. You don't box, you push. One more lap, one mistake here and it's over. Everything you built, everything you bled for, but rewind. Long before the noise, before the fame, before the fear. There was a boy on a carpet, 8 years old, palms flat on the floor, eyes glued to a television screen too big for the room. Cars scream past a checkered flag. Confetti, champagne. A driver lifts a trophy over his head, and you feel it in your chest like a punch. That's going to be me. You whisper. Nobody hears you. Your mother is in the kitchen. Your father is asleep on the couch. You don't care. You grab a cardboard box, tear it open, and build a steering wheel with your bare hands. You sit on a cushion. You turn the wheel left, right, left again. In your head, you're already winning. You don't know it yet, but that cardboard wheel is the first brick of a wall you'll spend your whole life building. And breaking, and rebuilding, brick by brick, race by race, until it finally holds. 4 years pass. You're 12 now. The dream has teeth. Saturday morning. Freezing cold. Your dad's hands shake as he counts coins on the kitchen table. Entry fees, fuel money, tires that cost more than his weekly wage. This is the last one this month, he says. He doesn't look at you when he says it. You nod. You already know money is tight. You've heard the arguments through thin walls. But right now, none of that matters. You're pulling on a helmet 2 sizes too big, scratched from someone else's crashes, and you're walking toward a cart that rattles like it might fall apart before you even start the engine. The starting lights go red. Then out. You floor it. Other kids break into the first corner. You don't. You clip the inside, cart sliding, wheels screaming against asphalt, and somehow, you hold it. You finish third. Third out of 30. Your dad picks you up off the ground like you just won the whole championship. That's my driver, he says, voice breaking. Nearby, an old mechanic in a faded jacket watches you both. He's fixed half the carts on this grid for free, because most of these families can't afford proper mechanics. He walks over, ruffles your hair with a grease-stained hand. Kid's got something, he tells your dad. Bring him back next week. I'll sort the cart for nothing. You don't understand yet what that means. You just grin, helmet still too big, sliding down over your eyes. You don't know yet how many more times you'll need someone to say that. How many nights you'll need a stranger to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. Fast forward. 16 now. And the dream has a price nobody warned you about. Friday night. Your phone buzzes. A photo. Friends at a party laughing, lights flashing behind them. Wish you were here, you're not there. You're in a garage that smells like oil and rubber, wrenching a bolt on a go-kart chassis under a bare light bulb, because tomorrow's practice session starts at 6 a.m. and there's nobody else to fix the car. Your friend Zaun, the only one who still calls, who still shows up sometimes to hold the flashlight while you work, leans against the wall. You're missing your life, man, he says. This is my life. You snap back, harder than you meant to. Silence, the kind that sits heavy in a garage. He doesn't argue. He just hands you the wrench you dropped, and for a second, neither of you says anything. Later, alone, you scroll through the party photos one more time before turning your phone face down. Part of you wants to be there, laughing under those lights, not caring about anything except the music. But another part of you, the part that's been awake since you were 8 years old on that carpet, knows exactly why you're still here. That silence follows you into your exams, into missed birthdays, into every no you say to invitations, every friendship that quietly fades because you were never there to keep it alive. You tell yourself it's worth it. You don't know yet if that's true. Then, the letter arrives. Formula 4, your first professional contract. You read it 3 times before it feels real. A real team, a real seat, a real chance. But nobody told you that professional means for sale. Every inch of your car is covered in logos now, logos that paid for the privilege of being there. And every time you touch the wall, every time metal crumples against a barrier, a number flashes in your head that has nothing to do with lap times. $40,000, gone, in 1 second. One misjudged corner. Your team principal doesn't yell. That's worse. He just looks at you, arms crossed, and says quietly, "Sponsors don't pay for crashes, they pay for wins." You nod. You don't sleep that night. Instead, you sit in your room, laptop open, staring at a spreadsheet of numbers your dad forwarded without meaning to. Debt, loans against the house, money that isn't coming back if this doesn't work. You close the laptop. You don't tell anyone what you saw. The next morning, you're back in the garage before the sun's up, going over onboard footage frame by frame, hunting for the half-second you lost in every single corner. Nobody asks you to do this. You just know you have to. The next level doesn't wait for you to recover. Formula 3 comes fast, and it comes with teeth. Every seat on this grid is a knife's edge. One good season, and a Formula 1 team notices your name. One bad one, and you disappear, swallowed by 100 other kids just like you, all chasing the same impossible door. Qualifying, last lap. You're on the edge of the top 10, the cutoff that decides everything. Your engineer's voice, flat and urgent. This lap matters. This lap decides your career. No pressure. Right. Your hands grip the wheel tighter than they need to. Sweat runs down the back of your neck under the suit. Somewhere in the grandstand, your dad is watching, though you can't see him, can't think about him, can't think about anything except the next braking point rushing toward you. You take the final corner flat, no lift, no hesitation, and the car twitches sideways, tires screaming a warning you almost don't listen to. You catch it. Barely. P9. You made it. By 1/10 of a second. 1/10 between a career and a footnote nobody remembers. You don't celebrate. You just breathe. Because you already know, the higher you climb, the thinner the air gets, and the further the fall waiting below you. Formula 2. The room where legends get built or buried. You're not chasing points anymore. You're chasing a name. One of the biggest teams in Formula 1 has sent a scout to watch you race. He doesn't introduce himself. He just watches from the paddock wall, arms folded, clipboard in hand, saying nothing. Somebody warns you before the race. That's him, the one who decides who gets promoted. Your engineer catches you staring at the clipboard from across the paddock. "Forget he's there," he says. "Drive like he isn't." Easy to say. Impossible to do. Your hands are sweating inside your gloves before you've even started the engine. Lights out. You get boxed in at turn 1, nowhere to go, wheels almost touching, the wall a blur on your left. You don't panic. You dive to the inside where no gap should exist, thread it by centimeters, and come out in front. The crowd doesn't even have time to gasp before you're gone. After the race, the scout finally speaks. 2 words. "Impressive. Call you." Just like that, he walks away. And you stand there in your sweat-soaked suit, heart still hammering, realizing that 2 words just decided the rest of your life. He calls. Formula 1. A real seat. Your seat. You stand in the garage the night before your debut, staring at a car with your name stenciled on the side. And for the first time since you were 8 years old on that cardboard steering wheel, you feel the fear catch up to the dream. Because now the whole world is watching. Race day. The national anthem plays. Cameras zoom in on your face, the face of the rookie, the youngest, the unproven one. Millions of people watching to see if you sink or swim. Your heart hammers so loud you swear the microphone on your helmet can pick it up. Somewhere in the crowd your dad is standing. Older now, hair grayer, wearing a shirt with your name on the back that he bought with his own money because he refused the free one the team offered. A veteran driver, someone you idolized as a kid, walks past on the grid and doesn't even glance your way. To him, you're not a name yet. You're a lap time, a statistic, a question mark. Lights out. You stall. For half a second, an eternity, nothing happens. Then the engine catches, and you're moving, dead last, 20 cars ahead, disappearing into the first corner without you. Your radio crackles. Your engineer, calm, steady. It's one race, not your whole career. You don't believe him. Not yet. But lap by lap, corner by corner, you claw forward, overtake again. You finish 15th out of 20, dead last on the grid to 15th at the flag. Back in the garage, your engineer slaps your shoulder. 12 overtakes, nobody remembers that number, but I do. It's not a podium, it's not a headline, but it's proof. Proof that you belong. The doubt doesn't disappear, it just goes quiet for a while. Months pass. Races blur into each other. Some good, some brutal. Then one Sunday, everything lines up. Wet track. Chaos everywhere. Cars spinning off in every direction, and somehow, you're still standing when the dust settles. You're leading. Final lap. Rain hammering your visor. Your rearview mirror fills with a car closing in. Fast. Too fast. Your engineer, voice tight. He's on fresher tires. Hold the line. Hold the line. You don't check the mirror again. You just drive. Every corner feels like walking a tightrope over a cliff you can't see the bottom of. Checkered flag. You win. You don't even process it at first. You just scream inside your helmet, a sound with no words in it, pure release. You climb out of the car and your legs nearly give out. Champagne sprays. Cameras flash, blinding you for a second before your eyes adjust. Team radios crackle in celebration all around the paddock. A journalist shoves a microphone toward your face. How does it feel to be a Grand Prix winner? You laugh. A real laugh. Half disbelief. Ask me tomorrow. Right now I can't feel anything except my hands shaking. Somewhere in the crowd, an old man in a faded team jacket is crying. It's the mechanic who fixed your cart for free back when you were 12, back when your father was counting coins on a kitchen table. He found his way here. He never stopped following you. You don't see him yet. But you will. Seasons pass, wins pile up. And then, the one that changes everything. Final race of the year, championship on the line, one mistake, and it's gone. You're leading the race, but the driver behind you, your closest rival all season, is faster on the straights. He draws alongside, wheel to wheel. Neither of you lifts. Your engineer's voice barely a whisper now, like even he's afraid to jinx it. 2 corners left, just 2. You hold the inside line. He tries to go around you on the outside, too fast, too late, and locks up, sliding wide. You're through, clear, checkered flag. World champion. The trophy feels heavier than you imagined, heavier than the cardboard steering wheel you built at 8 years old, heavier than every sacrifice, every missed party, every crash, every sponsors don't pay for crashes lecture, every lonely night in a garage while the world outside kept living without you. Private jets now, magazine covers, your face on billboards in cities you've never even visited. People scream your name in languages you don't speak. Your dad calls that night. He doesn't say congratulations. He just says, remember counting coins on the kitchen table. Every day. You tell him. Good, he says. Don't forget it. And somewhere in that noise, you almost forget the boy on the carpet who just wanted to feel what winning felt like. Almost. Years later, you're not on the grid anymore. Your body doesn't move the way it used to, and there's a new generation of 8-year-olds building cardboard steering wheels of their own. Kids who've never lived in a world where your name wasn't already legendary. Sometimes you drive past the old kart track where it all started. It's smaller than you remember. Everything from childhood looks smaller once you've grown past it. The fence is rusted now. The cafe where your dad used to buy you a single cold drink to split between 2 cups is gone, replaced by something newer. At a press event, a young driver, barely 19, nervous, hands fidgeting, walks up to you. "You're the reason I started racing," he says. "I used to watch your final lap on repeat, over and over." You smile, because for a second, you're not the legend. You're just the kid on the carpet again, watching someone else's trophy on a screen too big for the room. "Every level breaks you a little," you tell him. "Karting, school, sponsors, crashes, all of it. But if you're still standing at the end—" You pause. Somewhere behind him, in the crowd, you spot a familiar face. Older now. Grayer. The old mechanic, still wearing that same faded team jacket, watching you with the same pride he had the night you climbed out of that go-kart at 12 years old. You never forgot him. He never left. It was never about the trophy. You finish. It was about becoming someone who refused to quit. The kid nods, unsure if he fully understands. He will. One day, at the top of a podium he hasn't reached yet, soaked in champagne, hands still shaking, heart pounding louder than the crowd around him. He will. And somewhere, an 8-year-old is sitting on a carpet right now, building a steering wheel out of cardboard, whispering a promise to a television screen too big for the room he's sitting in. The dream never really ends, it just changes hands.